Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for my walk today from City Hall. That's where the President of the state resides. We're going to go for a walk on Queen Street. Actually, that should be the President of the city, not the state. I said it right. Of course not. And we're going to go for a walk on Queen Street, West Side. This is Osgood. We are backlit. The sun is directly almost hitting our faces. So it's going to be an interesting film. See how great the light's going to be on this. See, there's a photographer at 12 o'clock. 2 big heavy lenses. He's looking for photos. Or maybe he's looking for somebody to come out of here. Oh my God! This place is reminds me of. I did a massive group shot for Osgood here, and I remember the background. I had everybody gathered here, and I was on a big ladder, and I did a big group shot for their annual report or something. I don't know what it was for, but I remember that was a pretty stressful situation because you had very little time doing it. There was a big group of people, 50 people or so, and you always have to play with the light because I think it was around this time and the lighting's not very great here, so I had to bring an extra light, and you have to do everything really quickly. You can't spend hours because back in the day, I don't know about now, but back in the day, people didn't want to spend a lot of time waiting for photographers. They wanted the photographers to be very quick. And back in the day, you had to get everything right, and cameras were slow, and so you had to work very fast. Otherwise, people got upset, and they lost respect for you. And once they lost respect for you, you couldn't really tell them what to do, and you kind of lost the shoot. The whole point of a photo shoot was when you shot, judges, lawyers, high-ups, celebs, the whole point of it was you had to be in charge of the shoot the whole time. If they find out you couldn't be in charge of a photo shoot, they would kind of not take you seriously. So it was very important to make a very firm first impression and be completely dominant over the whole situation without being rude. So that was a trick to doing big groups and lawyers and judges and top CEOs and that sort of thing. And if you were good at that, then you could, the lighting and everything else would have been simple. This guy's having vitamin D. He's having his coffee in the sun. Canada Life building. I think at one point that was the highest building in Canada, or Toronto or something. I remember back in the 80s, you could see that building all the way across the lake. Bet you can now. Bet you can now. It's a biker. 12 seconds to go. And do a look back on it's Queen Street. That's where we came from. And we're heading up on Queen Street. Queen Street. Speed limit is 40 kilometers an hour. I don't know if we can make 40 kilometers here now with the bikes and everything. I did a previous video where I came through here and I did a what I call construction site inspection. She had a beautiful face for photography. It looked good. People who have eyes that are wide apart in their faces usually photograph well. Doesn't matter where they're from, or they just photograph well. Okay, maybe that guy in the shot a little bit. There you go. One without them. Whew, they're smoking. Oh man, they're smoking. Oh my God. I'm walking crooked. Or super backlit in Queen Street. On Queen Street. Or super backlit. That's okay. Should shoot a black and white street video. I've always wanted to do that. It'd be kind of interesting. I like those houses with the contrast of the old and the new. I like those three people. Nice. I like sometimes when the street, when you get 3 or 4 people kind of doing their own thing. I kind of like it. There used to be a shop here called Condom Shack back in the day when condoms were a novelty. Condoms were like masks. Condoms were like masks. When they first they started, you know, it was kind of, you know, it was controversies and now they used to have special shops selling condoms here. And now, you know, they have specialty shops selling masks here now. Same thing. Everything kind of, I don't want to say history repeats itself because that's kind of not very right. But everything feels the same. Feels. It's not the same because, of course, things are different. We're approaching, and there's like a look down the street with the CN Tower. And a look back on Ford F1 truck. And this guy on a bike sounds kind of... Let him go so we can hear him, catch him going. Super noisy. Whoa. I like the street noise. I like it. I think it's part of the whole... The building to my left, it says City TV on it. That used to be called City TV building, and the City TV was this kind of cool Toronto TV station. It had cool movies late at night, and you know, music, cool stations, news. And they used to have these trucks, City TV trucks. That was the original one on the building up there. And they used to have these Nissan trucks. When the Nissan Pathfinders were cool. They were skinny and they were like the coolest Pathfinders were back then. They ruined them. They used to have those and they used to run around the city and they have cool commercials and everything. And that used to be their building after they came from. They used to be in the East Queen somewhere. And then they came here. And now they are probably part of the Rogers or Global or something. Corporate now, but in the beginning they were kind of a cool station. Cool station. They used to show movies at night. They were kind of funky and risque, not the normal kind of movie like every other channel. I like them. They had music videos. All right. This video is lighting. I'm very interested in what I can do in the post-production with this. Black Market. Oh yeah, I still remember. This was a interesting basement clothing store. Had all basically kind of a used, grungy, cool stuff. All right. Groovy So Hip skate shop up there. That's really cool clothing. Remember they had these really cool skate shoes that they were super comfortable. You could walk with them for hours. Oh. I like that clothing store. Architect. I think that's what's called. It's the worst name I cannot. Right in the center. They have really good equipment. Architects? I don't know, but they got the toughest name to pronounce. I give up on that. I can't pronounce it. But I've had their backpacks since 1998 when nobody even knew about them. And they have an excellent warranty program. And I like their clothing, and I like the colors that you use, the aesthetics of the clothing. They all fit really good, and the colors are really good. Yesterday I passed by Patagonia, and I said how I don't like their aesthetics, and their Patagonia color combinations are kind of not my favorite. They're mixed up and purples, and like you can't wear them on the street. You know, if you have a jacket that's purple, blue, and yellow, you know, you wear it once, and then everybody sees you wearing it, and the second time you wear it, people think you're wearing the same clothes every day. Whereas if it's black, you know, nobody pays attention. It's just very non-distinct colors. You can wear the same jacket over and over again. That's a shot of that corner. So when something goes up, we have a kind of an interesting record. And while we're waiting for the shop, a photo of that person and this bar. A bar seems like it used to be super busy back in the day. Mountain Equipment Co-op. These guys used to be on King Street, so they came up here. And I like this shop a lot too. I like their gear. Wow. A turnaround. Oh, they're curbside. You gotta buy everything on the curbside. It's kind of hard to buy some stuff on the curbside because you can't see what you're buying. You know, sometimes you have to kind of feel it and ask questions, and I don't know. That's how it is. I like that guy walking in the shot. The blue car was kind of blocking part of the shot, but I didn't want to. I wanted him in the picture. I like people in the shot because it gives it a little bit of a time element to it, you know. So we're approaching Bathurst, Queen Street. I've done this walk a few times before, and I don't know if I filmed it or not, or Steve's Music. I like that store too. That's a pretty cool store. It's been around for, I think, since the 70s. I'm going to show it to you once I get in deadly in front of it. Dead in front of it. Dead. Yeah, it's like a... doesn't have a date on it, but when I used to come here in the 80s, this area used to be so different. The whole area used to be very grungy back in the 80s, early 80s. This area, I remember coming to this, you'd come in just for the guitar store, for the music, and nothing else really. And it was very grungy, and I mean, you wouldn't, you hanged out on Yonge Street and you didn't come all the way.